to me, when you have an inbound PPC lead, somebody jumped on Google and said, I need to sell my house fast and I need a solution to this problem as quick as possible, right? And so when that lead comes in and I get a notification, I know that I've got a motivated seller. I've got an opportunity to work with somebody and to go solve their problem. And it's, the lead volume is not as high as something like cold calling leads, or maybe mailer leads, right? But the intent is very, very high. And so you can work off of a handful of leads a day and do really, really well in this business, which is nice to me. If I get a text at dinner, I'm going to jump up and go call that lead because I know it's a real opportunity.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kessel, and today I'm joined by someone that I'm looking forward to connecting with, Austin Wilson, who has been making serious moves, creating a PPC marketing campaign for real estate investors and wholesalers. So excited to have you on the show today, Austin.
Excited to be here. Thanks, Michelle.
Of course. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching marketing and, the new tools that you have. So let's dive in.
Awesome.
First off, for those not yet familiar with you and your world, can you share what your main focus is?
Yeah. My primary focus is generating motivated seller leads for real estate wholesalers and investors nationwide. We do a really, really good job at nationwide, but we also focus on specific markets and have had a lot of success in generating high quality leads at a low cost per lead for our clients.
Awesome. How did you get started with this?
Great question. I started my career over 10 years ago in commercial real estate. Actually, I was an investment sales broker and specialized in selling self-storage facilities. And I had a lot of early success in that and was able to start investing in residential real estate. And then around 2017, 2018, I started doing a little bit of wholesaling. And I'm based out of Austin, Texas. And if you don't know, Austin is a decent sized tech hub and, a lot of tech companies here. And so 2019, 2020, I pivoted into the tech world and had the opportunity to work at several different tech startups, and all the while couldn't get away from real estate, right? Real estate was always kind of a constant there. But working in the tech world, I learned a lot of, kind of taught myself coding and learned a lot of the technical background. And then several years ago, I decided to go out on my own and go all in on wholesaling.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And I built my own virtual wholesaling business nationwide, grew that company to 11 employees. We did several $1 million in revenue in our best year. And, the main frustration that I had there, my main focus really was on marketing. The business lived and died on the leads that we could generate. And so I had tested every marketing channel possible, mailers, paper lead, cold calling, door knocking, whatever you name it, and pay-per-click leads through Google Ads. And that was consistently our best marketing channel. The frustration that I had is we had hired a marketing agency to manage that and had a lot of initial success. And as we scaled and started spending more on ads, tens of thousands of dollars a month in ad spend, our management fee increased. And so, not only were we paying for the ads, but we were paying, 5 figures to our ad agency. And I noticed that the lead quality was going down. The lead volume was going down as well too, and that was frustrating to me. And so I said, let me take a step back and talk to some of my folks in the tech world and see if I can kind of reverse engineer and figure out how to run my own ads. And so started testing that out and ended up having a decent amount of success in my own business doing PPC campaigns. And it was a lot of fun, and I loved doing it for my own business, and it was just a better alternative. Now, fast forward to a year ago, my wife and I had our first baby, and running an 11-person team and working 16 hours a day was not feasible with a newborn, and so I ended up winding down my wholesaling business and we had, purchased some investment real estate portfolio last year. And so busy with that and kind of took a step back from wholesaling for a little bit. And then I had some friends reach out to me that asked if I could run their PPC campaigns for them, and had a lot of success with them. And then that led to kind of one referral after the other. And here we are today where we've been able to grow the business and help wholesalers all over the country generate really high quality leads through PPC Google campaigns.
Amazing. I love that you were able to really pivot in a way that is able to serve yourself and your network. That's exciting.
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome. What are you most focused on solving or scaling to right now in your business?
Yeah, great question. There's a lot of competition in this space, right? And so, typically lead acquisition is really expensive. And so, what we're focusing on is, pulling lots and lots of different data sources. We're developing a platform on the back end right now that will allow us to identify basically the highest opportunity for lead acquisition at the lowest cost in a particular market. And so what markets should we target nationwide to generate the best leads at the lowest cost? And we're having a lot of success with that right now, and something that is really exciting to take to our customers and offer them some further value.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, absolutely. Why would someone want to use this marketing strategy versus, I don't know, like other marketing tools that are out there?
Yeah, everybody kind of has a different flavor of lead that they prefer and have had success with. So I really can only speak from my own personal experience, but to me, when you have an inbound PPC lead, somebody jumped on Google and said, I need to sell my house fast and I need a solution to this problem as quick as possible, right? And so when that lead comes in and I get a notification, I know that I've got a motivated seller. I've got an opportunity to work with somebody and to go solve their problem. And it's, the lead volume is not as high as something like cold calling leads, or maybe mailer leads, right? But the intent is very, very high. And so you can work off of a handful of leads a day and do really, really well in this business, which is nice to me. If I get a text at dinner, I'm going to jump up and go call that lead because I know it's a real opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a really good way of sharing that. And yeah, of course, there are so many different tools that work for different people, but it sounds like yours is what's been serving you the most.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what are some of the obstacles you find in marketing when it comes to real estate investors and wholesalers? Like, what are kind of like those main pitfalls that hold people back?
Yeah, I think it comes down to you know general business best practices, and the most difficult thing, right, is controlling your costs. And so I see over and over again, wholesalers or investors, they do the math, and on paper it's like, I'm rich. I'm already rich, right? Because I know that this is my cost per lead. This is what my conversion is. This is my average, profit per deal. We're there, and the real world doesn't really work out how it does on paper. And so that's the biggest thing. I was talking to a younger wholesaler a few weeks ago who came to me and was asking about different marketing channels. And he said, and I asked him, what's your monthly budget? And he said $1,500 a month. And I could kind of tell that was a stretch for him. That was going to be tight. He had just quit his job. He's got a limited budget, and he needs to go, see some ROI on that, right? And so, in his experience, he had told me that he'd already closed an on-market deal, calling listed properties and finding an on-market deal that he could get under contract and go sign that contract. And so I told him, hey, hold on to that $1,500, man. Save that nest egg, conserve, what dry powder that you have for as long as possible, and go hustle to go close some deals, and then start being really conservative about how you reinvest that into your business. Because I've seen that over and over again where it's, you have a good month and then you reinvest that, practically all your profit back into the business, and don't consider that sometimes there are anomalous events and you hit a big deal. That doesn't mean that's going to happen every month. You need to be able to plan for the long term instead of the short term.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good advice. And I love that story that you shared and how you were
Yeah.
able, yeah, to offer that support.
Yeah.
Do you have like some other examples of like how you've worked with clients and what success it's brought them?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
To me, my approach is kind of twofold. So the first piece of it is looking at more of the technology piece and the branding piece, right? So focusing on a really high performant, high converting, optimized landing page, and building out that custom branded to the client. And so I've got a customer. He's my longest customer. And when we first started, we went in and I built him out a custom landing page, focusing really a lot on performance, because that's one of the things I think that people overlook is, you can pay Google to show your ads, but if your landing page isn't optimized or highly performant, they're not going to want to show that ad to the best leads. And so that's kind of the first place where we started. And then the second piece is really focusing on kind of that mixture of art and science, right? So generating really high quality video and image content, and then testing that to see what's highest converting for them. Now we've got a list of ads that we know convert really high, but we want to constantly test that. The great thing with him is when we first started, he was only spending $1,000 a month on ad spend nationwide, and in 2 months of ad spend, he was able to turn that into $24,000 in profit. Which was phenomenal. And obviously that's not a normal result. He's a very, very highly skilled real estate professional, but that's the possibility when you're doing nationwide PPC. You can get lower cost per lead in really good markets. And if you've got the ability to move these deals in a variety of different ways, whether through novations or doing creative finance or even just traditional wholesaling, you've got a leg up on the competition, and there's a possibility to see a really big result. And I'll just mention this right now too. My whole focus is I've seen historically Google Ads, PPC is really cost restrictive, right? Like typically you need to start out with $8,000 to $10,000 a month to start seeing some traction. And, this example really points out the fact that if you've got the skill set and some of the background and the ability to go act, really action is the biggest thing, you can turn that $1,000 into a really successful profit. And so, just really, really, really want to touch on that as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool that you're able to have all these different ways that you can support people and help their business grow.
Absolutely.
Awesome. What are some goals that you have for where you want your business to head or the direction you see it going in?
Well, we want to help as many real estate investors as we can. And so, our target, and we're on track to hit this, is to be working with 30 investors by the end of the year. And then we'll be at about 200 customers by August, September of 2026. And so the goal here is really, we're scaling fast, we're constantly testing, and we're leveraging technology to help us to grow. And then beyond that, one of the biggest differentiators that we have is a fixed cost structure. So, our management fee will never increase as long as you're a customer of Allied Advantage. And that's really our goal, is like, we want to see success and provide access to high quality leads to people that are maybe starting out with, a smaller budget of, $3,000 to $5,000.
Yeah, amazing. That's super cool that you can work with people of all levels. Or is there like any criteria for like a certain status or requirements for someone to work with you?
Yeah, great question. So, typically on the wholesaler side, you need to be doing 2 to 3 deals a month in order to work with us. And the main thing there is that it requires a certain skill set, right? And so we need to have a proven track record that you have closed deals, you know how to close deals. Because I can hand the best lead in the world to somebody that just doesn't know how to handle it, and it's going to be really hard for them to close that deal. And so I don't want to see them waste their money on that until the skill set is up. So that, that's the primary threshold. And then we're, really strategic about who we work with too. I really want to be aligned with, people that have a similar vision from a real estate standpoint, but as well as a technology standpoint, and that can collaborate with us. That's, part of what I love doing is understanding what their strategy is, and then being able to go test out new campaigns, new ads to go fit their needs and really be collaborative. So it's kind of those two things, is, as long as they've got the skill set, the experience, they're doing at least 2 to 3 deals a month. And then we have a good rapport and can collaborate together, then I'd love to work with them.
Amazing. That is exciting. Yeah, that's solid criteria, but leaves a lot of room for many people to be able to jump in.
Sure.
As far as growing your business with networking or just relationship building, are there any specific strategies that have made the biggest difference for you?
Yeah, to me, it's really been community, right? So being in and being around real estate investors and wholesalers has been how we've found all our clients. It's through relationships and through referrals. We haven't spent a dollar on advertising for ourselves yet. That's something that we're rolling out this month. But really being close to our customer base is super important, and we found that through different real estate and wholesaling communities, either online or in person, local here in Austin.
Amazing. Yeah. There's so many ways to build relationships, so it's important in this space.
It is. It's very important.
Awesome. So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, learn more about what you're doing, where can people find you and connect with you?
Yeah. AlliedAdvantage.co. That is our company website. We've got a form at the bottom you can fill out and get in touch with us there. Also on Facebook, Austin Wilson. You can find me on Facebook and send me a DM, and happy to connect and have a conversation there as well too. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, those are the main two ways.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate your time, your story, and your perspective. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Michelle. It was great chatting with you.
Of course. And for those listeners tuning into the show, if you got value from this, make sure you've subscribed. We've got more conversations with operators like Austin who are building real businesses. And we'll see you all on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.